Men, grown men with big in the women's locker room. And that's why I'm getting kicked out. And I want to make sure the girls know. Everybody saw that man in the locker room. No one's saying shit. And I'm done with it. I'm not straightophobic. I'm not racist. None of these things. I just believe in treating people how I want to be treated. Why do you guys think it's okay for men to be in the women's restroom? And like, when is the cutoff point? Is it like, oh, you cut off your penis, you can come in here?
Have you fully transitioned?
Be clearer when you say that.
Your genitalia.
That is a process that requires a quite lengthy work.
Believe it, I'm certified. Hustle hard from 9 to 9. I done took about 100 losses, mother came up by 1,000 times.
What's good? What's good? Earz to the streets back in your area. Make sure you hit that like, share, subscribe. Let's get straight into it, man. All right, so we got a situation here where you had a young lady, which I know is kind of hard to distinguish, but the young lady is the black lady. And you have a biological man. Let me put it like this, okay? So let's start back over. Let's go over this story. Before I really get into it, let's just make it be clear. I am not homophobic. I'm not transphobic. I'm not straight phobic. I'm not nothing phobic. I have no phobia of anybody's preference. But I am a person that just report the news and I give my opinion and I just say what I think is right and wrong. So with that being said, we got a problem here. What the problem is, you say? You got men in women's locker room. Now, if you did that in school, if you do that anywhere else, the police will be picking you up. You'll be thrown in jail. You'll be registered as a sex offender. A man, a biological man, cannot be in a woman's locker room while women are undressed or undressing themselves without permission. And if you are, I think you will want to say sorry a million times and hope she doesn't call the police, because the police will come there and immediately arrest you as a man because you identify as a man. But now, I guess there's a loophole to being maybe a pervert. Because let's just say I want to come to the gym and I want to say that I'm a woman. So I get to go be around all the women, get around all the butt naked women, and then when the police say, oh, I identify as a woman. This is a situation we end up running into with this situation. And I don't know if this was how it was designed to be when they were just, trying to allow people to identify whoever they want to be. I don't think they planned on it being a situation like this.
Men, grown men with big in the women's locker room.
So this woman, she was outraged about a man being in the locker room, which she should be. And leave it up to TMZ. They went to go find this trans to woman. Let's just put it like that. But they went and found the person and gave him an interesting interview. I'll let you check that out.
Hey, Alexis. So we spoke with Tish, and she said when she came face to face with you, it was obvious to her you were a man. So, I don't want to get terribly graphic here, but can you kind of explain, how you appeared? Do you believe that she was reading something in that you didn't appear to be male? She perceived you to be such.
They're trying to ask this person in the most nicest way. You're talking to a guy, a biological guy. Did she perceived you to be a man? Do you have a penis? That's what they're trying to ask him. Was you in the woman's locker room knowing damn well you're still a man? Now, if you are a transformer or a trans man or woman or whatever, that means you went through the process. You can't just be a man and put on lipstick and say, I can be here. Nah, it don't work like that.
Well, first, I told the people that raised me that this is the way that I was when I was 8 years old, and really I stuffed it down pretty deep, and I began using hormones this year in February, and I actually really.
What do you mean by that?
And she said when she came face to face with you, it was obvious to her you were a man.
Men, grown men with big in the women's locker room.
Joining us now is one of the people that that Tish says she confronted in the locker room. Her name is Alexis Black, and she's joining us now. Alexis, welcome to TMZ Live.
Hi.
Hey, Alexis. So we spoke with Tish, and she said when she came face to face with you, it was obvious to her you were a man. So, I don't want to get terribly graphic here, but can you kind of explain, how you appeared? Do you believe that she was reading something in that you didn't appear to be male? She perceived you to be such.
Man, cut the bullshit. Now, this is a shame that they have to dance around something very obvious, bro. You're a man in a woman's bathroom. She perceived my ass. Stop it.
Men, grown men with big in the women's locker room.
Well, first, I told the people that raised me that this is the way that I was when I was 8 years old, and really, I stuffed it down pretty deep, and I began using hormones this year in February, and I actually relinquished that information to her about, name change, and it says female on my ID, and hormones, and I'm registered as a female with the gym, so.
And were you at that moment, because she told us about a couple of different encounters, were you fully clothed at that moment?
Well, she has become aggressive with me on 4 different occasions, actually at different.
So, just because you're registered at the gym as a female, are you registered in real life as a female? That should have been the question. Is it on your license that you're a female? Did you go to the doctor and get it confirmed that you're a female? See, this is a slippery slope. And now, this person is the victim because you done ran into him multiple times. Of course. Every time she sees you in the locker room with genitalia and she's naked, yeah, that's a violation. You would be a registered sex offender.
Clothed at that moment?
Well, she has become aggressive with me on 4 different occasions, actually at different locations in Los Angeles at Gold's Gym. But, fully clothed. I believe I was enrobed in a towel on one occasion, and this last time I was clothed the entire time.
Men, grown men with big in the women's locker room. Today I was naked in the locker room. I turn around and there's a man there. So the first thing I think is maybe there's a worker in here, maybe I missed a sign. I say the word sir to say, sir, what are you doing in here? He goes, don't talk to me. I'm a woman. I have a right to be in here. Immediately, I'm pissed because I'm butt naked. I feel violated. I feel like weird. Like I don't want to deal with this, right? And that's why I'm getting kicked out. And I want to make sure the girls know. I just had the worst experience ever at the gym, at Gold's Gym. And I think this is probably happening at gyms across America. We're like trans women. Men, grown men with big in the women's locker room. Are going into the women's locker room and not really caring about how women feel about it.
And not only that, they're getting disrespectful and they're cussing at the women and like snappy. Like in this photo, she said, this is a man that's in a woman's locker room and he called me a bitch, got snappy, and think it's okay to possibly be, violent or combative with a woman.
And it's really hurtful, yo.
And he looks nothing like a woman. Just puts on a tank top and I'm a woman. I can go in the woman's bathroom and sit around where all the women are naked. What will stop a creep, a real weirdo that's not really transitioning from just going and putting female on his gym membership now and just go sit in the women's bathroom while all the women get naked and watch them shower and all that? He's walking around, with a penis and talking about he a female. What will stop that from being a common thing?
Like, how are you gonna say you want to be a woman or that you are a woman, but you don't give a how women feel? in boy clothes, lip gloss, standing there looking at me, I'm butt naked. So stay out of the women's locker room. We don't want it. He needs to have his gym membership revoked. I'm a woman and I have every right to not want a man in the restroom when I'm naked. There are girls naked in there. Look at them walking in there like it's okay. It's not okay, right?
And yeah, that's not okay.
So the girls are walking in and they're seeing the commotion and they actually chime in and say, yo, I don't know why he's in here. He's not supposed to be in here.
It says female on my ID and hormones, and I mean, I'm registered as a female with the gym. Literally every time that she's done that, I've had women in the locker room comforting me because of how aggressive she was towards me.
I think that's one of the biggest problems right there. The women who defend this, they enable it, and then the women who aren't comfortable with it, the transformers, they get more comfort from the women that are just, oh, that's my best friend, that's my butt. It should have been an uproar in that gym. Like, all the women should have stood together. This would have been the time that they should have stood together for women's rights. But hey, I guess it's only if a man violate them. I guess if you say you're a woman, that's cool. Until he actually, do something violent to her. And why would, I don't know. I guess they're gonna say, well, Transformers are not violent. Okay. Keep that in mind.
And then I talk to the people that work at Gold's Gym and they don't really have anything to do. They just like, oh, we can file a report about it, incident report. What? Men, grown men with big in the women's locker room. Me naked in front of a man without my permission. But I ain't the one who gets kicked out the gym, y'all. I'm terminated for not wanting men in the locker room.
What? Now that's crazy. She gets her membership taken for not wanting to be naked in front of a man. Now this is the most craziest thing I've ever seen. Because here, me as a black man, if I go into a women's locker room looking like I do, I don't want to change nothing about me. But I just identified as a woman when I registered at the gym. Now I'm in here, everything swinging. The woman coming there, she butt naked. What you doing in here? Oh, I'm gonna call the police. Oh, girl, if you don't get out of my face. I got the right to be in here. I identify as a woman. Hell out of my face. I'm going to jail. Stop it. Especially a black man. Nah, I'm going to jail. So I don't know what's going on in Los Angeles, but it shouldn't be going on nowhere. Not with no men in women's locker room. If you done transition, that should be something that women can decide. This should never be a man's decision. But if I asked a woman about this. If they done transition, they might be okay with it. From what a woman's standpoint, from what I heard. Because they probably won't even notice anyway. So if you ain't got hormone pills and you done grew boobies and all that stuff that I guess the motherfuckers do. Oh, pause. I ain't even mean to cuss, but when you go do all the stuff that people do to get transformed, the women probably don't notice anyway, so they probably wouldn't, trip out. But if you're walking around there and you got, male parts, a woman is going to notice that, and she's not going to feel comfortable. And in this lady's particular situation, she don't even like meat, so she don't want to see it.
What the is going on? Like, listen, how can you say you're a woman or you want to be a woman and you don't care how women feel? That's nothing more manly than not giving a fuck about how women feel, I'd like to think.
Dang, how you? Nah, come on now, we on your side now. Dang, now. We on your side, you want to throw jabs at us, man. You gonna have to give a nigga some, you gonna have to go give a random dude some for that, you know what I mean? We gonna stand up for you.
And I get it, like, everybody has their own things, and I don't want to say that I know everything about gay rights or trans rights. I'm a lesbian. I've been a lesbian my whole life. I treat people how I want to be treated regardless of whatever their sexual orientation is or whatever they decide. So I'm not transphobic, and I'm not homophobic. I'm not straightphobic. I'm not racist. None of these things. I just believe in treating people how I want to be treated. Why do you guys think it's okay for men to be in the women's restroom? And like, when is the cutoff point? Is it like, oh, you cut off your penis, you can come in here?
Have you fully transitioned?
Be clearer when you say that.
Your genitalia.
That is a process that requires a quite lengthy work. I sat in a chair and had hair follicles removed from my face for 2 hours yesterday in a process called electrolysis. In order to have that surgery down there, one must have every single hair done that. And in order to do that, it would take like, we'll just say like a year or two to have that done. That's literally not even a possibility with where I am in my transition.
So
Boy, if you don't get your chicken-eating, watermelon-munching, corn-chip-smelling, black hole-looking, Kool-Aid drinking, eat-the-bone-cracking afro, having cotton-picking Jordan 4s wearing Thug Life, having Call of Duty playing anime, watching basketball bouncing line up, having ass-up, goofy-ass monkey.
Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Why did this person just have to do all that dancing? See, when a person can't just answer the question, a woman, you don't have to ask all that. Answer the question, sir.
That surgery down there, one must have every single hair done that. And in order to do that, it would take like, we'll just say like a year or two to have that done. That's
Well, you should have had that done before you go into the woman's bathroom. So that's the problem. You can't just feel like a woman and then start going in there and violating their situation. You said you felt like this since a kid, right? So you had every bit of you look like you 30 plus. So you done had 30 years to have this done. You could have plucked all the follicles out your face, all of that stuff. This is where you're violating, and you know you're violating. But it's crazy that California, and I know this is a Democratic state, y'all know some fuck shit, and this is why I can never be a part of the Democratic Party, because y'all on this type of shit, this all-inclusive type shit. Fuck no, we don't need no biological males playing sports with women. We don't need biological males in the same bathroom with women. We don't need them in nothing. We don't need to be doing that. I have no problem personally with transformed people. Only thing is, you need to give them their own bathroom. You need to give them their own category in sports. You can't force that shit on us. We can treat you as a human. Cool. But you can't force that on our kids. Can't force us to treat you like a woman. No. We can't treat you like what you think you are. We're gonna have to treat you like your gender. You cannot go into a woman's bathroom and be around naked women. You are transformed by yourself. Everybody else is not transformed around you. That's the thing that I think, these people are being selfish and not looking at. Just because you transform, everybody around you didn't transform. And then you didn't transform. You thinking about transforming. What if you think about transforming back to a man next week, next month? If you get locked up right now, you going to the man's jail. You ain't going to the woman's jail just because you've been getting your hair follicles plucked and all this shit. It is amazing that this person hasn't been locked up yet. And that TMZ has to interview them. They're admitting that they're in a woman's locker room, that they still have genitals, and that they lied on their application, because you are not fully transformed.
literally not even a possibility with where I am in my transition.
So look, from her perspective, I'm just wondering if you see her perspective. She's saying that she's looking at you, say, in a towel, and you still have male genitalia, and you may be transitioning, but could you understand her being uncomfortable?
Well, I certainly do not understand it, but I do get the notion of the fear mongering that she's perpetuating. The truth.
The fear mongering she's perpetuating. You're a man in her space, and you're trying to act like you don't understand. Now, this is dangerous. This is dangerous.
In the moment is far from what she is purporting it to be.
Why aren't women making the laws? And if you really want to be safe and feel good, why don't we just make trans restrooms?
She was saying, why don't they have a third bathroom? Especially the gym you're talking about at the Beverly Center. That's been recently built. They had a layout that they could have adjusted, and they could have put a third locker room in. Do you think that would have been appropriate, or do you feel like you are entitled to use the women's locker room just as Tish is?
You know, this great question. I'm glad that she said it, that she had put it on the air. And the answer is that would necessitate two different ones, because some people trans MTF, some people go FTM. What? And so that's two rooms right there.
How about you go to hell? So 2 rooms. So okay. So if there's a female that wants to be a male, she can't be in the same bathroom as a male that wants to be a woman. Okay, because that female that wants to be a male, she's used to going in the female's bathroom. There's no threat. Because, you know, women will feel threatened around being in a bathroom around a bunch of dudes. And she got a vagina, especially in your situation. Let's just say a woman come in the bathroom and she actually got titties and a vagina. A man might say something to her, might smack on her ass, even though she acting like she a dude. So when a dude violate her and she can't do nothing, then she's gonna want to go play the woman card. Oh, he violated me. He sexual assault. Using the man's bathroom. You trying to be a man. I got the right. I got mail on my gym membership. Damn. We in trouble, man. So, let me get this straight. You saying that so you as a male transferring to a woman, you don't want to be in a bathroom with a woman transferring to a man? Transforming, I'm sorry. So from a man transforming to a woman, you don't want to share the same bathroom as a woman transforming to a man? And you okay with transforming from a man to a woman, but being in the same bathroom as a woman, a biological woman? But you still have your biological man part. Okay, who making these rules, man?
You're not gonna put a trans woman with a trans man just because we're trans. That seems like a new envelope of discrimination.
Discrimination? Want to be a victim?
Grown men with big in the women's locker room. It's stupid. It's dangerous.
There you go. He's registered as a female, as anyone can be if they tick the bloody box. The truth and reality don't matter. Doesn't matter if he's waving his doodle around the women's change rooms. He ticked the box. He's a woman. Turns out this dude.
Now, like that young lady says, that's dangerous. It's dangerous to do that. Do you know why? Because when you open up that box, you can open up that box for a whole lot of just perverts. People who would just say, oh, all I gotta do is register as a female. I can go in the women's bathroom. And that can be, and then if they get kicked out, they can say they got discriminated against. Wow. And it's amazing that nothing happened to this person, because they'll sue for discrimination for not being all the way. Now, if you done got all the way transformed, I get it. But nah, you can't do that.
Has been convicted of assaulting his former wife.
Say what? Say it ain't so.
Woman. Turns out this dude has been convicted of assaulting his former wife. And after he assaulted her, he took her first name as his own. You can't make this stuff up. Yes, Grant Freeman, the guy you just saw, now calls himself Alexis Black. Alexis is the woman he bashed. Only 3 years ago, the convicted drug dealer pleaded guilty to savagely beating his wife, Alexis, causing a compound fractured jaw, among other serious injuries. She needed extensive medical care, including surgery after the assault. And then the man who savagely beat her stole her name, and we're expected to feel safe with him in the women's change rooms.
I know you fucking lying.
Homie, don't play that. Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
And this is exactly why you can't have these type of activities, because you never know what kind of mental state these weirdos be in. Now, I ain't saying all of them are weirdos, and like I said, I'm not transphobic, but a person that might be going through some kind of crisis or something like that, this man actually had a wife. So he's saying he's been, since he was a kid, He told his parents this is how he was gonna be, but obviously he had a wife, might have kids. Now he's in a women's bathroom exposing himself, talking about, hey, I registered as a female. What would stop him from registering as a man at another gym and going back to being a male, but then going to another gym being like, come on, man, when does this stop? Is this something that goes on across the country? Is this just only something that goes on in California, in a Democratic state? Does it happen in Republican states? I've never seen it, like a woman complaining about it at my gym or nothing like that. But I wouldn't know, if there's a trans, what they call woman in the man's part, because I doubt if a woman will come out knowing she got titties in a vagina that she talking about she feels she's a man, so she get to be in the men's locker room. Nah, I don't think they'll do that. And no man should be trying to be in a woman's locker room exposing itself unless you done already went through all of the works. We don't want to hear what stage you are in your transition. That's BS. You at the plucking the hairs out your face stage. Nah. Wait till you all the way transition. That ain't fair to the women. But y'all tell me what you think.
If you dare complain, you're the problem. You're the one who will be shamed and punished by having your membership terminated.
Everybody saw that man in the locker room. No one saying and I'm done with it.
And it's insane that somebody has to raise their voice, go crazy, and that the gym didn't do anything. The gym suspended this woman's membership for raising the issue of not wanting to be in a locker room with a biological man that has not transformed yet, and she's a biological woman, and she's not comfortable. So the laws have shifted to fit, I guess, everybody, and I guess they're gonna say this a Democratic thing, or hey, we in the Trump administration. I would like to hear what Trump think about some crap like that, and why are there laws where men can be in women's bathroom? I don't know what's going on out there in California. I'm hoping that ain't going on where I'm at in Florida, but man, y'all tell me what you think. Women, y'all need to step up. Make sure you go to your closest, I don't know. Y'all need to figure that out, because if my daughter come out the bathroom and she tell me there's a man in there and she seen something that she wasn't supposed to see because somebody talking about they registered as a female, it's going to be a problem. So I think they need to address this before there end up being a situation to somebody can get hurt, because a woman is always going to automatically expect that she's about to be harmed if she sees a man in the bathroom, especially exposing himself while she's naked. If this lady has seen this multiple times, I'm surprised that she kept going to this gym. I mean, if I was a woman and I went to a gym and I see that they're letting transformers be in the bathroom and all that, and that's part of their policy, man, forget that. Either take your business somewhere else where they don't allow that, or get you some home equipment or something. Like, come on, man. You ain't got to accept that. But obviously, the women that's in that area, the people that are in that area, in that community, that's what they accept. So if this is one of those gyms where they say, hey, we accept everybody, okay, you got to know that as a member, when you go to register for that gym, say, hey, are y'all the type of gym that accepts everybody, or y'all just accept everybody? And then I'm like, what the hell you mean? Yeah, we accept everybody. No. I mean, okay, in the bathroom, do you have to be biological woman to come in there? Yeah, just be direct from now on, man. Be careful who you spend your money with, man. Ask direct questions, and you won't have these type of problems. Hey, I know you shouldn't have to do something like that, but hey, you got to prevent from getting in situations like this where you feel like there might be an aggressive, transformer that you might run into in the bathroom. Because she said she ran into him multiple times. Oh, but talking about she was aggressive with me multiple times, you know, like, and I can imagine, you know, you working out, then you see some junk like that. She's just standing up for herself, and anybody, you know, she think that will feel violated. And I don't think she got to support other women, because being that she the only one that was getting put out of that gym, that shows that the women didn't support her. And that's probably why she got put out, because nobody around her supported her. So if you're gonna go to those type of gyms, I believe that was one of those gyms that was, you know, just accepted of, you know, the crosses. And you know, but anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think. I appreciate y'all. Check down here for my next video. I'm gonna try to keep these videos coming, but I don't know what your video it is, but go check it out. Make sure you hit your notification, and make sure y'all hit that hype button, man. Help me out with that hype button, man. Hype me up.